All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the JK But Gay Show, but specifically our holiday edition, JK But Holiday, where we are talking all about stan culture today. If you don't know what that is, we'll explain it in just a second. But we wanted to talk about this because a lot of stan culture, or our love as gays for pop culture, is like a holiday to us. So we wanted to spend some time talking about that because stan culture is a big part of our lives. But hi, Jake.
Hello, Kendrick.
How are you?
I'm doing good. I was having a very lazy day today.
I know you look all refreshed and oiled up.
I know, and I haven't even shaved. Like I was gonna shave, but I was like, I'm gonna grow it out a little bit.
You just grew out and left? I mean, get up and left?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I watched the Cowboys play just now, which we won't get into, but
I saw the last 3 seconds.
Yeah, it was all we needed to see. But yeah, you excited to talk about stan culture today?
I am. I'm also like nervous.
Why? You're always nervous, but why?
Today specifically, just because I'm like, I mean, it's gonna be part of my don't piss me off, but I'm like, just
there's a lot of things wrong with it.
Right.
Got it.
But I'm like, I mean, I like everybody. There's enough love to go around for everybody.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, do you know what stan means?
You're just like a big fan. No?
Right. But that's what I thought too. But then I looked it up, like the origins of where it came from. And it's emerging like stalker and fan together. So for those of you that don't know, stan culture is a lot of what people do these days of like choosing their sides with pop stars. Now, if you don't have a pop star or an artist that you specifically enjoy, it's still going to be an interesting episode for you because you can understand where gays are coming from and why we feel the way that we do. But do you remember the very first pop star you had an obsession with?
I do. And yes, it's Britney.
I was like, dun, dun, dun. Britney.
It's Britney, yeah. I think a lot of what we've talked about, everyone would think like, oh, yeah, Selena. And I'm like,
that was mine.
It is? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So not that I wasn't, but it's just because Britney was my first concert. Oh. And I think that's ultimately like where it all stems from.
Okay.
But now I'm like, do I want to consider myself a stan for anybody?
Well, I mean,
like, stalker sounds so harsh.
It's not. I mean, we're not. But we're not stalkerish. We'll get into it in this episode. There's a limit to how you're a fan of somebody.
Right.
People who are listening to me will have public. If you've listened to the show for any minute of time, or look at our shirts, we're obviously big Beyonce fans. We're part of the Beehive. That's what we do. But why were you obsessed with Britney, and why do you think people were so obsessed with pop stars?
Yeah, I think, well, for me, obviously, when she was my first concert, and I think going there, as I look now, obviously when I was 10 or 8, or I don't even know when it was in the early 2000s, and I remember going with my mom, and I was just like, I just felt free. Now looking back, I think that's where it all stems from, especially as a gay individual. Now as a gay individual, back then I was just like, why do I feel different when I'm here rather than when like I'm outside? And I'm like, there shouldn't be that much of a difference. But ultimately, for me, that's where it came from as far as being able to really just be myself and like live. I was like, where's my snake at that point? And
right.
Like, where's my little bustier? Not me mixing. Here we go.
Oh, we started the show.
But yeah, I ultimately think that that's where it came from.
Yeah.
And for me, like, I loved all her hits, like all of them, like Oops, I Did It Again, Baby One More Time, like I'm a Slave for You. Like,
what's your favorite?
Oh, that's hard.
I'm a Slave for You is definitely mine.
I think honestly,
or Toxic.
I love Lucky.
Oh.
I don't know why. Like,
okay,
here she is.
Yeah.
Lucky. I think that's like one of my ultimate favorite Britney songs. Like, I mean, obviously I love all the classics, like Baby One More Time, probably because like it was her first one. But yeah, that's where it started. Like, it all started there, especially seeing her in live, and I was just like,
yeah.
Oh, my gay little heart was so happy.
I think for me, when you saw those artists, those pop stars, they were the first time you were seeing people express themselves in a way that felt natural to you.
Yes.
But didn't feel like it was okay to express yourself like that at home.
Right.
And so seeing these artists is the first time you're like, oh my gosh. I remember the very first time, I don't remember the first time I saw Selena, but because it was from birth, right? It was like, it was everywhere.
Yeah.
But I remember the very first time I saw Destiny's Child perform, just being like, oh my God, not in person, but just even on TV. I immediately was like, this is something. I used to watch 106 in Park. You know what that is?
Yes.
On BET.
Yes.
And their music videos would come up and I would or they would perform in the studio and I'd be like, oh my God, this is everything.
Yes.
But I think that's what it is. I think it's the liberating feeling that you have, when you see them for the first time, because they're expressing themselves in a way that seems natural to you.
Yes.
And you're not able to express yourself in the same way, but you still like obsess over it.
Yeah. I remember seeing Destiny's Child when I was growing
You're
up.
like actually in person.
I saw them in person.
Yeah.
But if I remember correctly, like that was when I started my obsession. I'll say obsession a little bit, but for Beyonce.
Yeah.
Of like, I loved all three of them. But it was like, oh my God, even though she said she thought she was in Dallas, but I was like, girl, you're in San Antonio.
See, and that they were touring hard. Matthew had them at work.
Yeah.
But the thing is that like I loved them when they were 4. That's why like it
Yeah.
was when they were 4, and I remember when the whole breakup happened, and
Yeah.
you know they added 2 more people to the group,
Yeah.
and
See, I don't even know all that. Like you go deep. I mean, no, I know about it now, but in that moment, I didn't know.
yeah,
Like it was when I first went, and like I knew their songs, I knew all of the like some of the dances, but then when I went to the concert, I was like,
yeah.
oh my gosh, it's so funny. Also, like I went to all these concerts with my mom,
I know.
and
Your mom was like, I had no idea,
and she was surprised when I came out.
so it's her fault. So we're blaming her. Had she not taken you to a place where you could be yourself and express yourself, this never would have happened.
She's like, fuck Britney.
This never would have happened.
Leave Britney alone.
Leave Britney alone.
Literally. Well, when did you start? Like, or who was your first?
Selena probably.
Okay.
Selena probably, and
Yeah.
then definitely Destiny's Child after that, and then you know Beyonce sort of
Yeah.
evolved from there.
Yeah.
But I love Destiny's Child deep, like even at the same, probably at the same level. I love Beyonce because like even then, like I can talk about Kelly Rowland the same way I can talk about Beyonce. Like
I can't do that.
There's a reason why if you're watching a Destiny's Child performance, there's a reason why that mic does not leave her lips, Kelly Rowland's lips, because she is the backbone of Destiny's Child.
Right.
She is.
Yeah.
The chorus, that's her vocal on all of that. So
Yeah.
I'm a huge Destiny's Child fan. So yeah, definitely there. I would say I think one thing that's really interesting too is that how it's evolved, because I would say probably the first sort of pop stars where people felt that way, or pop culture icons, were people like Judy Garland, like in the 30s.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you know the expression "friends of Dorothy."
No.
Okay, that's an older expression. That's what they used to say back in the day about somebody, like he's a friend of Dorothy. That means he's gay.
I have heard that. Where have I heard that?
So Dorothy is literally like from Wizard of Oz,
yeah.
because all of her little faggy friends.
Like Lion?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, one like that. But just Judy Garland just like loved the gays, and so it
Didn't
started.
know that.
Yeah, it started there, and Elizabeth Taylor was probably another one too.
Okay, yeah.
Elizabeth Taylor's a little bit more because she was a huge activist for the HIV when HIV happened.
Yes.
Like massive, and so I think because they could see them. I think there's something about the visual. I don't think a stan happens with just audio alone. I think it's the visual that you have to see, because
Yes.
I think you are the visuals, baby. But I think that like for Judy Garland and Elizabeth Taylor, they could see them,
Right,
and
like
so they
on screen.
right, and they were
Yeah.
able to stand. But then
yeah.
when music videos started becoming a thing, then you grew up and you would see like the Madonna fans, or like the Whitney Houston or Mariah Carey. And so I don't know if Whitney has her fan base has like a name, but the Lambs, the Mariah Carey's fans.
What are Madonna's called?
I don't know.
Do you like Madonna?
I like her pop songs.
Yeah, same. I don't think I know enough to be like, I'm a stan.
Yeah.
I like her.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah. And so I
And
think
I love her.
and she was she was a pioneer in that, like she was unapologetic about her support of the gays.
Yes. And that I really love.
Right. And so you'll know a lot of gays that are older than us, or like the generation above us, who are those stands the way that we feel about them in this space too. And so it transitioned to there. And then the fan groups that came up after that were probably more Britney and Christina.
Yeah.
Those were sort of the bigger ones, and then sort of Beyonce came after that, shortly after that, after Destiny's Child.
Right.
And then I think it really took over when, especially significantly with the gays, when stan culture took over more was when Lady Gaga came out. Because the Little Monsters were like, it was the first time that an artist was actively saying, I want these people to be like my fan base, right?
Right.
And I wouldn't say the first time. I take that back, because Madonna was definitely doing it, but Gaga was doing it in a way that was like, I'm going to start here. She was an activist before it was cool, right?
Yeah, right.
And so, and I think that's sort of, but that when Gaga came out was when we were in high school. And so since then we've seen, and then now there's younger people that are in stan culture, and it's a lot right now.
I know. And thinking about that, especially with Gaga, I was in high school and I was still like in the closet, deep in the closet.
But there was something, right?
But I was like, why is it that I was singing and dancing and everything to all the Gaga songs with my girlfriend
Yeah.
at the time.
What's your favorite Gaga song? Back in the day, what was you have one? Oh, I know this. The Cure's your favorite Gaga song.
The Cure is absolutely my favorite Gaga song.
Paparazzi's mine.
Paparazzi, yeah.
I love Gaga.
Yeah, I do too.
I love her so much.
I would love to go see her.
Yeah.
But let's talk about ticket prices real quick. Because these ticket prices nowadays, I'm like, God damn. Like, I want to see Ariana, I want to see Gaga, I want to see Doja.
Yeah.
And I'm like, y'all are killing me.
We're going to go see Cardi.
We're going to go see I think that's also why I was like, I can't go see anybody else.
Yeah. Well, I have to stop after next year
like,
because I think Act 3 is coming out. And so I have to start preparing for Act 3.
Me too.
And the tour for that too. So
my savings.
I spent a lot of money on Beyonce, y'all. I spent a lot of money on Beyonce. And
you definitely more. But
how much more? I mean, not really.
A lot. You went to DC. Yeah. Like you had the same tickets.
The
like
merch.
Double the merch.
Yeah.
I mean, we buy all of her shit. Like hair products.
Sacred.
I just bought that yesterday.
Dang. Sacred got my curls. Y'all, my curls are like this because of Sacred. But speaking of sort of nowadays though, have you listened to Taylor Swift's new album? What's it called? The Life of a Showgirl?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, not entirely. I've listened to a couple of songs here and there, and I like the songs that I listened to, like the one with Sabrina Carpenter.
It's cute. I like the beat.
I like the. But I do. I was like,
you don't know what that's from, right?
No.
It's a Housewives quote. Anyway,
sorry.
Yikes. Wrong husband.
Not expired. What you mean expired? Do you know that?
No.
Oh my God. It's Wendy, which she's going through some stuff.
Right.
But she like, I think she popped a tire on her Range Rover or something like that. And then she's like on the phone with the people to come fix it. And then the guy was like, it's expired. She's like, what you mean expired? And now I can't stop saying that.
But Taylor's album?
Yes. So I liked it. Again, I've listened to maybe 3 songs. Not the look at the camera.
Look, you know what it was? I think I am generally a Taylor Swift fan. I like her music. I think she can write a killer pop song. I think she is doing things that no other artist is doing.
Right.
In a very unique way. I think that she is relating to people in a way that that other artists haven't before. So like, I think Taylor, but back to the album though, I was listening to it and I saw people's reaction of like, oh my God, this is amazing. They were like posting their top songs. And I was like,
it was me.
No, but I was like, am I being gaslit right now? Like,
you don't like it?
What am I missing? It's not good. It's not good.
I didn't listen to the whole album.
I can listen to a Taylor Swift album, but also Beyonce has me like conditioned to listen to an album all the way through. Like listen to the body of work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
like the flow of everything.
Right.
Yeah, and how it all goes together.
I will say the album does get better in the second half. It gets much better as it progresses.
Okay.
But you kind of lose me at the beginning if you like, I mean, it's like social media, right? If you don't catch me in the first 15 seconds, I'm not gonna keep listening.
That's how I felt about the Folklore. Is it the one the one from last year?
Midnights, no?
I have no idea.
No, it's like Tortured Poets or whatever.
That one. I started it and I was like, I'm not ready for bed.
Yeah.
Like that's how I felt.
Yeah.
I was like, this is not my style. I'll listen to it going to bed.
Yeah.
Well, I watch TV, but like that's how I felt. And so it didn't catch me in the beginning. So I have to this day have never listened to the Tortured Poets Club. Or whatever it's called.
Tortured Poets Department or something. Something like that.
We're gonna call it club today.
Anyway, but what do you think that like what do you think it is about Taylor that people just love? Because people are obsessed with her. She is the
Sometimes I don't get it.
She is the #1 selling artist in the world right now, and she's been the most listened to artist for at least 4 or 5 years.
I will say I think she can write phenomenally well. Like her penmanship for her songs, I'm like awesome. But that's not what I listen for usually. Like I'm just like, am I gonna feel the beat or whatever?
Yeah, but that's what her fans say is like that's what her thing is, right?
Right.
I'm gonna listen for the lyrics because that's what you're saying she's better at. That's what you're saying she's top of the line with. So go listen to this album.
Okay.
And once you hear, a line about being, she what did it say? She
bopping on the wood?
No, it's like it's
I don't know what it's called.
She girl something too close to the sun. Anyway, it's a lot. It's a lot.
But yeah, like I'll try to listen to it like that. But also if I get caught in like the beat, I'm like, oh my God, I love it.
Yeah.
And then I forget to like listen to like, what is she saying? And like, does it make sense? Because one of my friends, one time we were listening to oh my gosh, and why am I Casey Musgraves.
Okay.
And then my friend was like, it sounds like a child just started writing in a journal and that's the song.
That's what Taylor Swift sounds like.
So like, but I love Casey Musgraves.
Me too.
So that's why I'm like, it doesn't bother me. That's where I'm coming from of like, yes, I do think she can write the house down boots type of deal. But like, if I like the music and the music itself, I'm gonna like it.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like have to like love the writing of the song, even though I know that that's where she's like very talented.
To the fascination part though, I think because Taylor Swift, like I said, Taylor Swift is huge. I think Taylor Swift makes a lot of people feel okay about being average and being regular. And I don't mean that as a read. I promise you, I don't mean that as a read. I think she...
No, and I get...
I don't mean it as a read. I think that you can look at Taylor Swift and say, wow, she makes me okay, or she's talking directly to me and it's okay to be ordinary, right? Now, why I love Beyonce is because there's certain things that I strive to be there like her, and she like pushes you to be extraordinary. Yeah. And I think that's the difference for me. And not to say there's anything bad with either one of the approaches. I think to be relatable is successful because
for sure.
As relatable as she's being, that's why she's as successful as she is.
She is, right.
But her fans are a lot, which we'll get into in a little bit how fans can be toxic.
The stan culture. Yeah, like Taylor's like, Jake, you're okay with being fat, and Beyonce's like, be skinny, girl.
No, that's a horrible analogy.
No, but I get what you're saying as far as like Taylor.
Wow. I think.
No, I totally understand what you're saying.
Here's a better example. I think Taylor Swift would make you feel okay with rolling out of bed and just going about life the way that you should, because that's what you're feeling that day. Now, Beyonce is like, even though you're going through everything, we're still going to get up and we're still going to kill it and we're still going to look great. Yeah. That's the difference. You know what I
mean? Yeah. No, I get it. I was just making it funny.
Yeah. It's not very funny. Thank you everybody for joining us this week. Like we said before, make sure you're liking the video, make sure you're subscribing. We have all of the season 1 already on YouTube. But one thing we added this week is our comment box. So if you have, if you see our link in either social media or anywhere you can find our link tree, you'll have a comment box. So leave us a comment, leave us a question that you might have, and we might feature it on the show. But thank you everybody.
All right, so we're back, and I want to go into this segment specifically about Beyonce. Like, we're here with our shirts. Like, I love Beyonce. You love Beyonce. Mm-hmm. I know for a fact that you love her way more. Like, the amount of knowledge that you just like throw out sometimes, I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. Which, speaking of, I like thinking about it now. Like, I went to go see Destiny's Child, right? Mm-hmm. To this day, I don't know why they aren't still together. Like, did something bad happen? But I don't think that's true because they're always still together. But
no, they just pursued their individual careers. They pursued their individual careers. But you probably don't remember this, but they went solo, and you probably think that Beyonce was the first one with the hit, right?
Yes.
No, Kelly was the very first one with the #1 single by herself.
Which song was that?
Dilemma with Nelly. Nah, love you. Mm-hmm. That was first. Beyonce actually delayed her release of her album to give Kelly the space to run off of that first album.
Is that the song where in the music video
on Exhale?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Damn.
She talks about it all the time. I saw a recent interview she did with Mariah, and she's like, everybody asked me that. I get asked that at least once a week. Why was I typing on Exhale?
You're lying.
Yeah, she said that. So anyway, they went off and did their own. They went off and did their. It was always the plan to do that, right? And so they went off and did their first album. I'm not sure if Michelle had a gospel album, but Michelle's always done gospel music. Yes. She went to do gospel music. Beyonce had Crazy in Love and Dangerously in Love, the album, which ended up having 5 #1s. She won all the Grammys by herself. And then they got back together.
Why don't I... Which album is that?
Destiny Fulfilled. It was their very last album. Destiny Fulfilled is where...
after?
Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't remember that, but it was after.
I don't remember that,
They did their solo projects and they came back together to do one final project together, which was Destiny Fulfilled, which was Soldier, which is what used to come out of the closet. Lose My Breath. Cater to You, which is my favorite Destiny Child song.
Yeah.
That was all...
that you remember that about me.
Yeah. That was all the same album. So they had come back together already at that point.
I did not realize that timeline.
Mm-hmm. And then after that, they agreed to permanently go
their separate ways.
Pursue their own careers. And they all have amazing careers separately, right? Like Beyonce, obviously, I don't need to explain hers, and none of them I do, but Michelle does a lot of musicals now. She's I wonder if she's going on the tour. Maybe she should come here.
Oh my gosh. Death Becomes Her?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Ooh.
That would be amazing,
I
right?
know.
I'm saying that because he goes to all of the shows here.
And I have like the season pass, whatever it's called.
Yeah. But yeah, that's how they
that.
do. And then Kelly does everything. Kelly still does music, but yeah, seeing them all come together is always really cool to see them like reunite. I'm so upset. We were gonna buy, just for everybody's reference, we were going to buy tickets to go see them in Vegas, to go see Beyonce in Vegas, and we didn't because our husbands are cheap. Mine and Roger's husband, not Jake's husband, are really cheap, and it ended up being that Destiny's Child came out. So I was really, really bitter about that. I
told y'all to go.
Yeah.
I told Roger, I was like, you can go.
We should have. What's the wildest thing you've ever done for Beyonce? Talking about crazy stands.
The amount of money I spent on one concert.
Yeah.
Which was the most recent one.
Yeah.
Cabo Carter. I do not regret it in any sense of the word. Like I'm so glad I did, but that is definitely the wildest thing I've ever done.
Seeing her up close, no one between me and her.
Just seeing her and just like Roger randomly started speaking Spanish because he was just like
he started speaking in tongues is what he was doing. He was
literally, I'm like, my husband does not know Spanish.
Right.
But that's definitely the wildest thing. But yeah, that was also like the best memory I've ever had with Beyonce. And also because I had it with you and your husband. Like I think that makes it so much more fulfilling.
If we're in the visuals, I'm retiring.
My God.
So there's a possibility. They were filming us a lot. And I was like on the big screen. We all were on the big screen during the concert in Houston. And so I'm like, if they were filming us and we're on the visuals, if visuals even exist, right?
I hope they do.
I think I've done a lot of crazy stuff for Beyonce though. I mean, you and I, we drove to Houston to go see her on a rumor.
On a rumor that she was gonna be there, perform. We didn't even know. Like,
right. And it's one of my favorite looks of hers. She looked phenomenal that night.
Yeah.
She was with Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly I thought looked very good.
They both looked great. That's something I've done crazy. I do a lot of crazy stuff for that woman. The very first time I saw her, I started waiting at 7:30 a.m. in the morning. And when you first used to see Beyonce, the entire floor was GA.
Yeah.
So I got there really early and saw her front row, and it was amazing. It was phenomenal. And it was in DC. I paid $105 for my ticket and saw her front row. And 10 years later, 12 years later, we're still paying that amount. So we're good. I'm like, that's like parking.
That is parking.
That's parking now.
That's literally parking and then half a drink.
Right.
At the bar.
So I've done a lot of crazy things. I think probably merch. I buy a lot of Beyonce merch.
Yeah.
I buy a lot of Ivy Park because I used to love, I'm an Adidas person. So when they came together, I was like obsessed with that line.
Like even more.
But I didn't have a lot of money at that time. So I'm kind of glad. That she's not being adventurous. She is, but not in the same ways.
Yeah. But now we buy.
I love her whiskey. We just had her whiskey 2 days ago.
Even that, I was like, when I got a ticket,
you're like $100 for 4 of us. $100 for 4 of us, but
I was a little taken aback. But I was so proud of myself. I actually gave like 18%.
Look at you, look at you. He's gonna mention it every episode now. Even though everybody's on your side, you're gonna mention every episode.
When they do a craft drink, I will give more than $1 a drink.
Yeah.
Can you imagine giving $4 on a $100 ticket?
I know.
I would have felt bad.
Gosh,
that would have made me.
Well, especially because we were watching him. He did his thing. Like the guy was
very much so.
He was doing his thing. But for me, I think there's just so much about her that I love the amount of work she puts in everything that she does.
Yeah.
I mean, from those things, from the clothing line to the whiskey to the music, it's all well thought out and it's all produced at a maximum level. Even the whiskey tastes very different. I'm a whiskey person, so it tastes very different than anything I've ever tasted before. But it's amazing.
Right. And I'm not, and I love that whiskey. I'll never forget when we were here and we were literally just talking, having her whiskey on rocks, and I was like, very strong, but I was also like, this isn't bad,
right?
Because I'm also I will be that person to like make a cara after
you take some whiskey,
and I'm like, but this one was like so smooth, like it goes down very easy, and I'm like, I really like this, and I'm like, I kind of want to buy one myself, but
what's your big 3 of Beyonce albums?
Like my top 3, Cabo Carter.
Okay.
Probably Beyonce.
Okay. Self-titled?
Yes. And then probably Dangerously in Love, like her first one.
Okay.
I liked it. I like it also because I remember my mom loving it also.
Yeah.
And that, I don't know why. Like, not that I don't know why she likes it, but I don't know why I like it because she liked it so much. Like that.
Your mom liked it?
Yes. My mom's favorite song was Naughty Girl.
Ooh.
Can you imagine?
Ding,
My
ding,
mom.
ding, ding, ding. Was it? Was she a big disco fan?
Yeah.
It's a Donna Summer.
That's probably why.
Interpolation.
Yeah. And yeah, because like my parents met at a club.
Oh, go play her Summer Renaissance. She'd be like,
Probably.
what?
I
Yeah.
need to. I don't even know if maybe she has. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I need to ask her.
So those are your big three.
Yeah. And you?
Okay. You know what's funny? I think we have two of the same one. No, just one. Cowboy Carter. Which was never, I mean, I never thought another album was going to beat Four. Four is another one.
Okay.
I never thought that another album was going to come through and be just sort of the top album for me.
Yeah.
So it's probably today. It always changes. My top two never change. It's always going to be Cowboy Carter and Four until another album comes out.
Yeah.
But today, the third one that I would put in the Trinity is probably B-Day. Because, but a lot of B-Day is like it was like her first visual album. It just played a different moment. But each album has a different sort of feeling for me because Self-Titled was like the very first time that I was like I knew the day it was coming out. I knew we were entering a very different stage of life. It was a digital era. We were out of college and it was more digital, right? And so for me, but even not even mentioning Lemonade right now, and I'm sure people who are watching will be like, Renaissance, how are you not going to mention Renaissance? But for me, I think what made Renaissance so special was that she made it for people like you and me. She made it for queer people of color.
Correct.
And which I loved, but being a Texas woman and the way that she writes her music was why Cowboy Carter just reached me at a very different level of like, I understood every single thing that she was talking about.
Right.
And so that's what made it sort of beautiful for me.
Yeah. Cause even Renaissance, that's definitely up there, but like, I just love, I mean, it's really hard. Like if you ask me tomorrow, I might say Renaissance.
Yeah.
Because like if I go listen to it, I'm like, oh my God, I love it.
What's your favorite Beyonce song? Have we talked about this?
Grown Woman.
Oh, I knew that.
Yeah. That's not on the album, right?
Right. I was going to ask you that.
Yeah.
I was going to.
Yeah. Cause that's my favorite song.
The music video is
both.
No. But I'm telling you, the music video is on the visual album, but it's the song itself.
Okay.
The song it just got released. I texted it to you maybe last year, the year before. The song just got released on audio, like on where you could just listen to it on iTunes, like within the last year.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cause you're right. Cause I would even like on my,
I know.
When I tell y'all, Kitchen knows everything. And sometimes I'm like, I swear I'm a fan.
Yeah, no, and everybody has a different way of being fans, right? I think she pulled me out of a lot of really dark times. And I had a friend ask me recently, like, how can you like someone that much? Like, what is it like? And it's funny because they literally said, am I dead inside? Or is it just, what am I missing? Like, why do I not feel the same way? But I think everybody has different ways we all have something that we obsess over, even if we're not going to admit it. But there's something that pulls you in, right? Even if it's just audio or visual or something, there is something that people have. Mine was Beyonce and the way that she writes and the way that she sings and
performs.
The longevity of her, I think, is just something that we've never seen in any artist before. I mean, you see a lot of artists that were great, and you can compare some of the greatest vocalists of all time who didn't have the longevity, right? Who lost their ability to do what they've done, and she really kind of crafted her vocals to be able to do that. And so I think it's really interesting because people ask me that a lot. Like, what is it? Why do you keep my brother too? My brother, I think he does it to piss me off, but my brother's always like, how can you be so into her? Like, what is it that you see in her? Like, why do you stop your life for her? And I'm like, you stop your life for the Dallas Cowboys, and every year they disappoint you. Every single year they disappoint you. You go be delusional over there, and let me be delusional here. We can both be delusional
together.
At least Beyonce wins shit.
I mean, you're not wrong on that.
I'm a Cowboys fan too, but damn.
Right.
So everybody has their thing that they're into.
Yeah.
Mine just happens to be, Beyonce.
Her, yeah. I am also wildly, I don't know why, I'm wildly obsessed of like how poised she is.
Yeah.
Like even at the concert when the car was tilting, we were losing our shit.
I was losing my shit because I heard her voice. She doesn't crack at all.
She doesn't stop.
Yeah.
As soon as that happened, I wanted to cry.
Yeah.
I think I was about to.
We both did, I think.
Yeah.
I actually cried.
And me, I was just like, oh my God. Like I was like so nervous and like.
Yeah. So that was the concert we were in where you saw the car slant by. That was the concert we were there. And I didn't get scared. We were in the front row. I didn't get scared until Julius was sent. For those of you who don't know, Julius is Beyonce's bodyguard. He was standing right in front of us.
Yeah.
And as soon as he like started sprinting to the other side, that's when I freaked out. Like I was like, maybe they're going to get it started again and move.
Right.
But once I saw him sprint, I started like, and it was hard too because we left. You remember we left the concert and we were just kind of like shook.
Yeah.
Like I had like, I had almost anxiety, I think, because I was like, that could have been really ugly.
Right.
That could have ended really badly.
And I think honestly, that's why we literally went to get food and went home.
Yeah, it was Pride.
Because we could have, like it was Pride. We could have gone out.
It was the last song. It was the last song of the night.
I was like, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Because I was so scared.
Yeah.
Like, but all that to say, like through that, I felt like if it wasn't tilted as much as it was, like she would have continued.
Yeah.
But then like the car stopped and then it kept, and then.
Yeah, she had her feet up. She had her feet up.
She was like
this.
holding herself.
Yeah.
And then, but throughout all of that, like her poise and like her professionalism, I just love that about her.
But that's what I mean earlier too. It was like, that's why there's the obsession that we have is because she is so extraordinary in everything that she does.
Right.
And that's what we aim for, right?
Yeah.
That's why she resonates with us is because there's that level of professionalism that we have.
Try. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That we strive for.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah. What are you most excited about for the future of Beyonce?
I think Act 3.
Yeah.
And also to see like what else we can do together. Because I think like
we can make out to Beyonce. You want to do that next? Sorry, I interrupted you. What were you gonna say?
No, but like the Cowboy Carter tour was like my favorite tour.
Yeah.
Yes, we were front row. Like we were there. Like she was like right here in front of us. But it was just like the fact that I got to experience it, not with just my husband, but like with you and your husband. Like that made it so special.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm getting emotional.
About Beyonce?
I don't know. Yeah. But I mean, it's Beyonce, but then it's also like us.
Yeah. She brings people together. She brings fans together. Anybody who knows me knows that I love her. But yeah. Well,
and what about you though? For the future of Beyonce?
I think the way that she continues to surprise us. I think for her, there are certain things as a fan, as a super fan, that I never imagined we would see. I never imagined we would see a Beyonce with no visuals because she was such a visual forward artist. And she conditioned us as super fans to be like, watch the visuals. Yeah, watch the visuals, listen in. Just the way that she evolves and does things that you just wouldn't imagine. I never thought I would see the Verizon commercial, which announced the tour. I never thought I would see that. I didn't think that I would see that. I would love her. That would be our dream guest. If we ever got to interview Beyonce, can you imagine?
I would, no.
We'd have to like plan every question out because I would not let you get a word in.
But like I also would probably be so stunned that I wouldn't even be able to.
She doesn't do interviews anymore. That's what I'm saying. That would be amazing if she did them.
If ever, I don't know.
Put that out there.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's what this woman means to me. And like I said, everybody has their obsessions, but we'll go into sort of the standing part and where it can be taken too far in the next segment. All right, we're back, everybody. I wanted to dive in and talk about when standing can go too far, because that's a lot of what we're seeing right now is stan culture on social media or even in the world going too far.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When we have stands, what are their names gonna be?
Ooh, someone asked me this. And I was like, I love you for your confidence. I don't think that we're at that level yet, but
that's why I say I win.
No, not you. I'm saying like someone asked me this. Someone's like, "What you need to name us something," and I was like, "I love that." Which actually is a good reminder for me to say that we have added a comment box into our link tree. So if you go on our link tree on our social media or anywhere that you find us, our link is usually posted in there. You can leave a comment or sort of a question or a suggestion. Leave that in there. If you have any ideas for what our fans could be called. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know.
I like when they're like not, when they're a part of like something that's completely different. Example, Rihanna's fans, you know what they're called?
It's escaping me.
The Navy.
Okay, I did not know that.
I'm not sure even why, but yeah, they're the Navy. Yeah, I like when it's different like that. When it's not like Little Monsters. I like when it's something different.
Yes.
That's not. Beehive is too, but it's like her name. You know what I mean? It's like the Beehive, and it makes sense.
Right.
And Blue Ivy's the Ivy League. Her fans, which I think is really cool.
That is so cute.
I
find that is like, I love that. First of all,
and then
also that's so cute.
Yeah, I actually like I don't like Barbz, but I like the name
of it.
Yeah, because she's Barbie. But yeah, I think the best part about being a Beyonce fan, or for me, or what I like about it, is that I also do not follow my artists to the end of the earth. What do I mean by that? I don't feel like my artist is exempt from any kind of criticism for things they do wrong.
Yeah.
Right. And it's few and far between when you're a Beyonce fan.
Right.
But, there's some things that, she can do that right now. I'm in a little like annoyance with her, a little bit more than that, but I won't talk about it on the show because it's like one of those things where you talk about it with family, but I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to give other people a reason to talk bad about Beyonce.
Got it.
But yeah.
Some people will have,
because I won't go there. So that's another thing that I won't do. And another thing too, is that I also don't discuss her personal life unless she brings it up as a part of her art. What I mean by that, like I didn't care about, not that I didn't care, but it wasn't my business to be about into her her husband cheating on her until Lemonade came out. That was what the album was about, right? Or even her daughter, like until her daughter was on tour with her, then I was like, oh, look, this is amazing that she's doing this. But I also don't follow them like to the ends like that, which other fan bases and even people like Beyonce fans will do. Certain groups of people will do that.
Oh no, and I agree, because there are some things like they will like kiss their feet, and I'm like, even if they're wrong, I'm like, no, if they're wrong, call them out. Right. Say that they're wrong.
Right.
People, at the end of the day, they're fucking humans, so they're gonna mess up. Yeah. They're gonna do shit that we don't agree with, and that's what it is.
Right. And they should be held accountable, I think, is a more important part.
For sure.
Do you think that artists should be responsible for how their fans act online?
I do.
You do.
Well, so yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, I think if it becomes like a very well-known thing that's happening,
right,
they need to address it.
Right.
But they need to say something. Right. But if it's like if we're having a conversation, I don't expect Beyonce to like see this. Right. Like if we were talking shit about somebody else, right, because we're Beyonce fans. Right. If it's just us two, I don't expect that, because like we're only two people. And I know like they have millions and millions of people that love them and everything. So at a certain point, there's like a threshold, I guess I'll say, of like, yes, I know that they know what's going on, so that they need to say something. But if they don't, like if we get in an argument with someone, it's like, whatever.
I think it depends, right? I think, like for an example, Taylor Swift, there's a certain group of her fans that are, especially the fans that are online and posting about things that are incredibly racist. Oh, and I don't genuinely believe that Taylor Swift is racist. That's not something that I believe. Right. But their fans do peddle, and her fans do peddle in a lot of like when they talk about Beyonce or other artists, you can tell by the way they're saying it that it's they're pulling at some of those things that you would see and that are sort of racist. But no,
and at that point, because I don't know that side of the fans like and as much. I really don't. So like anything I hear is like between either from you or like from my husband, and I'll give my 2 cents, but I'm also like, I don't see it all the time. But I will say that I have known individuals to be very hardcore Swifties to the point where sometimes I feel like I'm gaslit to like.
Yeah, I told you about the album.
Yes.
I felt like I was being gaslit. I was like, this is not good. What is going on?
But which is weird, because I didn't say that earlier. Like I heard the opposite from what you heard. Yeah. But it was also like just from word of mouth from like 2 or 3 people. Like they were like, yeah, this is not her best one. And they're Swifties. And I'm like, okay, I respect that. Like, I actually liked some of the songs that I listened to. I did like. I thought they were bops. Again, I don't listen intently to like.
You also love lyrics. A white pop girl though.
I do.
You love a white pop girl. It's a new one every year. Last year was Sabrina. This year it's Tate. I'm like, who's the next white girl that's coming?
I love Tate McRae.
Oh my God.
My new one is Zara Larsson.
Oh yeah.
I love her new album.
I'm like, I've heard of her. I couldn't pick her out of a like group, but
I mean, I couldn't either. Like if you put them all in front of me, like I'm like, maybe. Yeah. But I love her new album. But there are some Swifties specifically, and we're not. I don't think we're not dogging Taylor Swift specifically. No. But I think that's one for me, the most relevant that comes to my mind first and foremost, as it relates to stan culture, as well as another. And I think we'll get into that in a little bit.
Whenever you're ready.
But it's so funny to me how like some Swifties will like look at her concert on like the Eras tour. Yeah. And they're like, oh my God, did you see her walk from that stage to the other side of the stage and like wave at the same time that she said hello? And I'm like, is that Is that what I'm supposed to be excited for?
Are we
Like,
gagging at this point?
Right. I'm like, have y'all seen Beyonce? Like,
Yeah.
See, look her dance.
I
Look at
never
her dance.
I never do that because I hate when people do that to Beyonce. If I'm talking about Beyonce or I'm complimenting Beyonce in a certain way, do not bring up another artist. I don't care.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't care.
I will say I didn't do, but in my head, I'm like,
But that's where your point of view is coming from. That's
Correct.
your standard. And that's for me too. So when I'm seeing a show, you and I watched the Eras tour together. I gave it a 7 out of 10.
and I was like,
You gave it a 5 out of 10. You literally got up and I was like, we haven't been watching it that long. And you like got up and left.
after 89 finished, I was like,
Yeah.
first, I don't know any of the other songs.
Yeah.
And also like, I don't want to go to sleep.
It just
And
like,
I think I did.
Yeah, we're used to shows, I think. We're used
think
to
so
like
too.
the
performance.
production and like it's
Yeah.
not that she doesn't have the money. Her budget is there probably more than anything.
Taylor's podcasts are deep.
Yeah.
And I recognize that. But I'm also like, it's not my style.
Yeah.
I think she's a phenomenal and talented artist as it relates to her penmanship. But
Listen to this album and see if you still feel that way.
okay.
Only because the way that it's written, I'm like, what were you? She also releases a new album every year. I think there's something important about taking your time.
Oh yeah.
To really take time to again, that might be something that Beyonce has taught me to do, is to be okay with your artist taking 7 years for an album.
Hurry up,
Or,
Beyonce,
I mentioned this
hurry.
before, which I haven't mentioned yet. I'm also a huge Cardi B fan, and she took 7 years to release her next album.
Yes.
From her, first album to her sophomore album. So
And it's wild that this is her first tour ever.
yeah,
Like, I remember Cardi B from pre-COVID.
yeah,
And like, holy shit, like this is her first tour
yeah,
that we're going to go to. But
yeah.
on that note,
Yeah.
on Cardi B,
On Cardi,
what are your thoughts about Nicki?
Nicki Minaj.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Nicki Minaj.
La Nicki Minaj.
Oh, Nicki Minaj, the Donald Trump of rap. Think about it. I'm not trying to be shady. I promise. Now I know the Barbz are a lot. I promise you, I'm not trying to be shady.
No,
They have.
I don't.
They
think you
have.
are
They
at
have,
all.
they have a very. Think about it. They have a very loyal fan base that won't budge no matter what happens or what they say or what they do. They both use social media to get their message out and even sometimes sort of incite their followers
Right.
in a way that can be dangerous, right? Because
Very.
it's all about control. They are considered the best in their game, right? I might not agree with Donald Trump, but he is one of the greatest politicians of our generation. Nicki Minaj is one of the best rappers of our generation, male or female, if you ask me.
Yeah.
And they also they have Twitter fingers. They get on social media, and I think what they do with their fans. Now we talked about it earlier about responsibility.
Right.
I do think Nicki Minaj has a responsibility for her fans in the way that they act. Why?
Right.
But because she incites them. She incites them. She gets them. She actually will talk to them and say, "I think you should be doing this, and this is the way you should be acting about this." And they've actually like doxed people. I don't know if you know that. Like they'll post people's like addresses online.
Because they talk bad about Nicki?
Because they talk bad about Nicki or there's like an issue. Like her fans are really, 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 really toxic. And it's like, for me, honestly, if someone tells me they're a Barb, it's a red flag for me. It is.
It's a red flag for me now, but also because like, again, I'm not a social media girl like through and through, but I recently heard about what happened.
It was
between
bad.
her and Cardi, and I agree. Like, I found out through Roger actually.
Yeah.
And then I saw you had posted something, and then it was the same thing, granted. But I was like, this is not real life. Like she did not put that, knowing her followers, knowing her power.
But
as
that's
like a
why she
person.
did it. That's why she did
Like
it.
that is so ugly. Like that is disgusting, actually.
Right. And no one sort of like, and I don't think that she'll be punished for it because it's all
That's
about like
wild.
streams and stuff like this, right? Like it's her, she's still getting the same number of streams. And for me, when it comes to Nicki Minaj, I'm like, why would you do that to your legacy? She could
Right.
sit there and say absolutely nothing, and she would be considered the greatest female rapper of all time. And just all you had to do was sit there and not, but it was just this anger that she has towards Cardi B. And people were upset about Cardi, but
Right.
Cardi was reacting to what she was saying.
Right.
Like she was
If you
reacting.
talk about my kids,
Right. But that's the thing though, is like people are like, oh, kids are off limits. I saw someone else on another podcast say this about like, kids are off limits. Like, actually, no, that's what people do. Like if you come after their kids, they're gonna come back after you have your kids. It should be off limits.
right?
But
Right.
if you're gonna come after my kids, I'm gonna come after yours. And
Right.
so it's not funny, but I'm gonna repeat it. It is funny. But my favorite response, the whole one was like, Cardi told Nicki, like, you're just mad because your son's favorite color is 5. And
I don't. That took me a while to get to, and I was like, oh my god.
Because his favorite color is 5, y'all. That's why he feels this way. But that was the only one where I was like, oh my gosh. Also, like, she's a heavyweight. Stop messing with you. We've all seen Cardi's mouth online, on social media. Leave her alone.
Like, that's how she got her start.
Leave her alone. Dude, don't mess with her.
Right.
Don't mess with her because she's gonna. They always like she'll like do it in such a funny way. Like, do you remember when she first started tweeting and then that was what the post about. I don't know if you knew this when I sent it to you, where it was like, there's nothing worse than a bored bitch.
Yes.
So that's what she was talking about. She was talking about Nicki Minaj. But remember, I sent it to you and was like, "This is Roger when he's at home by himself,
right?
When he's just like texting us."
But he's actually responding.
But that's actually really dangerous because they're like Nicki Minaj's fans will like jump people in public. They'll like
wild.
Do that type of stuff that is just like really, really dangerous. And I feel like it's gonna reach a boiling point at some place.
Has it not?
I don't think anybody's been damaged from it in a way that's irreversible. I think once that happens, then we'll really start to see it. But I don't know if you know how bad it's gotten, but Nicki Minaj has like turned an entire group of female rappers against each other, right? Like she will like get them to fight each other just so that she remains at the top. And I'm like, if I had that legacy, like, do you know who JT is from the City Girls?
No,
that was something that
I know City Girls. So I don't know which one. I don't know who.
JT is the one that raps. Well, they both rap, but JT is the one that raps more.
Okay,
Carisha's the one that has a podcast. And anyway,
got it. Okay.
JT used to be now she's fighting with Magnet. The song on Cardi B's album is about JT. But JT was cool with. They had a song together. Twerk is a song they had together. But she started like Nicki Minaj got her to start like doing that to Cardi, like hating on her. Just for that. Just because they wanted, just because she wanted a feature and wanted to be on the album.
So,
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the Barbz at that point would be like, girl, like, we love you, but go to therapy or like, what is happening?
But that's the thing though, is that she makes them, she validates their bad behavior.
Yeah.
And Nicki Minaj will actually validate her fans' bad behavior. And that's the problem.
That is a huge problem.
Is that you're not only allowing them to do what they do, but you're actually saying, no, this is not okay. And a lot of artists won't speak up for their fan bases. I think they'll do it in subtle ways. There was a lot in the Renaissance era, there was a lot of drama between online between the Beehive and Swifties, right? A lot.
Right.
And so that's why there's a belief that that's why they went to each other's premiere of the movies. To say like, y'all, we're actually friends, and y'all are over here acting like dumb.
And they're a boss ass woman, both of them.
Right.
And I'm like, y'all, we can like, again, I love Taylor.
Yeah.
Sometimes like her songs, like it doesn't fit my style. So I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there's enough love to like go around,
right,
so to speak, of like.
But that like I mentioned earlier, that's the best part about being a Beyonce fan is that you oftentimes don't have to worry about if. I can't imagine being a Barb. It would be exhausting.
Yeah.
I would be exhausted if I was a Barb. I'd be like, man, I have to, like, people are going to come up. They know I'm this big fan.
Yes.
They're going to come up to me and ask me what, and that's not. They like dig their heels in and they're like, nope, this is who we're supporting. And they'll like retweet all this nasty stuff about like Cardi and her kids. And like, it's a lot. That's
so interesting too. Cause like even there are people like that I'll follow or that I have friends on Instagram and they're Barbs. And I've never seen them do that part, like the toxic part of like reposting what she said and being like, yeah, that's right, whatever. But I know that they're Barbs, like they've gone to their concerts and like they'll put whatever saying that they're Barbs or whatever. But I'm also like, y'all are gay individuals, and I feel like as gay individuals, like we try our best because we've been in. Or for me, I should speak for myself. But as a gay individual, like I don't want that tension between another group. Because I feel like that's how we got to a place where like gays are like, it's very cliquey. And I feel like as a gay individual, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but if someone has validated them in a way that they've never been validated before, right, especially for bad behavior, that's when they like really dig in and say, I'm going to protect, doesn't matter what anybody says. And not to say that all Barbs are like that. I know there has to be people that are genuinely love her as a rapper because her pen is sick, right? It doesn't compare to anything else. But I think that like those that are like going to follow her personal behavior to the end, that's the toxic part. Because what she really needs is like that. For me, when I was watching everything happen with her, I was like, where are the people that love her?
Yeah.
Where are the people like, and not, I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to diagnose anybody,
Right.
but why not just take the phone away and say, hey, let's figure out why we're doing this.
Yeah.
And figure out what this means.
Happening?
Where is your team? Why is no one stepping in and saying, hey, let's figure out what's going on here? But
right.
it was really toxic. And gays are often in the middle of it. Gays are often the ones that are, the ones tweeting or the ones that are the biggest supporters of the fan bases. So that's why I'm saying, let's, gays out there, especially if you're a fan of a certain woman or a certain artist, let's be better. Let's be better.
I think that's what I'm getting at. It's like exactly what you're saying. Like, let's be better.
Yeah.
Like, why are we trying to bring each other down?
Yeah.
Because we like someone over another person.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, that's the best part about being a Beyonce fan.
Yeah.
Is that I don't have to compare to anybody. There is no one that I'm like, Beyonce is about herself, and that's it. Like, if I'm talking about Beyonce and you bring up somebody else, I'm going to say, go over there. But anyway, do you want to roll and don't piss me off?
Yes.
Do you want to go first? I have two.
Say your first. You go first.
I'll go my first one?
Yeah.
Okay. So this happened recently because of things that were happening on social media when I was posting about being stans or having stans, right?
Okay.
If you're online and you're talking about Selena Gomez, please use that lady's full name. I'm serious. You cannot. There is one Selena that goes by just Selena.
Oh my gosh.
And it is not Selena Gomez.
It is not.
It is not. Not that I have any issues with that lady. I'm sure but use that lady's full name when you're talking about her. Yeah. And you can even ask her. I'm sure she would agree with me because she's named after her, right?
Right. And she's like, no, I'm Selena Gomez.
But like, it happened to me this week because I was talking on social media with somebody and they were like, I feel the same way about Selena. And I was like, oh shit, me too. And they were like, I learned later that it was Selena Gomez. And I was like, no, you have to use that lady's full name.
We are not talking about the same Selena.
We are not talking about the same Selena. At all. Yeah. You use that lady's full name.
You're like, everyone else except you knows that.
Right. Right. And they're like, no, I'm still going to do it anyway. They had to have been younger.
I was going to say, what do you know their generation?
No. Everybody who talks shit to me on social media doesn't have a picture or name or anything.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Or talk shit to us, but I guess I'm the ones get fucking bullied.
I told you, tag me.
I know, like, I'm sad.
I may not know what I'm going to say, but for me, my don't piss me off is really kind of what I've already been saying. Like, I'm so grounded in this, and I'm like 10 toes deep in this thought of like, don't piss me off that if I love somebody and I'm a stan of that person, like that I can't be a stan of somebody else.
Yeah.
I have multiple I feel like I'm a fan and a stan of multiple individuals.
Yeah. And
that doesn't make me less of one because I like somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, I love Beyonce. I do love Taylor. I love Ariana Grande. I have a lot. You know me, like, I love a little white pop girl.
Oh, all you gotta have is you gotta have a cute beat and a white girl. That's it. Put a little wig on, blonde wig. That is it. You know who we didn't talk about, who we're both a huge fan of? It's gonna hit you like a brick.
Oh my God. Oh, hold on. I'm like trying to think. Oh shit.
You're gonna be like, what were we thinking and not mentioning this? Because you and I, that's like our thing.
Oh my God.
I know.
How do we not talk about her? Karol G.
Yes, we're talking about Karol G, which we love too.
Oh my God.
I wanted to talk about her too in the moment where, like, evolution of like not following her, because she had done some pretty homophobic things before, or said some pretty homophobic things, but did the work to support the community again and to fix it. And so that's why I started liking her again, because I used to like her a lot early on. But yeah, we can talk about Karol G.
Speaking of, really, it's kind of random, but like, as it relates to like, people can change. What are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely.
Right? Okay, I'm that way. And I've heard people, and I feel like this is very like a social thing too, of like, no, once they say something, like, that's them for life.
That's cancel culture. That's a toxic way of looking at cancel culture. But anybody who's ever been in a situation like that would never want cancel culture to apply to them. So I think we need to be a little bit more lenient. Now, there are certain ways to do it. You just can't come out and say, this is how I'm feeling. Karol G started her philanthropic efforts towards the LGBTQ community. Doing her work at she was like the Grand Marshal of Madrid Pride. And like really did some work there for it too. So that's the way you do it. You don't just to come back and say, oh, I love these people again. Like, you have to put the work in.
Yeah, no, and I completely agree. And yeah, I'm flabbergasted that we completely missed her.
I know.
This entire
and we love Karol G.
And
You like the new album? I'm not a fan of it.
I love it.
I know. I guess because Mariana Bonita was like,
okay, that's top tier, I will say. That doesn't, like, this new album doesn't beat that, but I will say, like, I really love this new album.
Yeah.
But I also think because it reminds me of Here.
Yeah.
Like, it gives me almost like a, and Oh my gosh. The X. Oh my God, what's the name of the song? Oh my gosh.
Mi ex tenía razón?
Yes. That song gave like that Tejanos kind of
It was a
vibe.
Selena, yeah.
Right, because it was inspired by Selena. And I loved that. And I feel like there's a little bit of mix, along with a lot of different other cultures in this new album that I just really love it.
Yeah.
I can never say it.
Tropical Queta, no?
Yeah, I can never say it. Tropical.
Was that was your don't piss me off?
But yeah, that was my don't piss me off. Like, just, like if I'm a stan of one person, that does not mean I can't be a stan of another person. Period.
Yeah, I think for me, I've said a version of this a lot on this show before, but this is a version that I want to talk about this. And my biggest don't piss me off is like, if you're gonna hate on Beyonce, go somewhere else. Like, don't be around me. I'm always going to defend her, and it always happens the same way, right? It always happens the same way when I'm like, all right, so what is it that you don't like about her? And the answer that drives me crazy is when someone says, I don't know, there's just something about her I don't like. And I'm like, no, raise your hand if you know exactly what it is, because it's always the same thing. It drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. I'm like, go hate on Beyonce elsewhere.
Right.
Go do that somewhere else. Or like I said earlier, if you're gonna criticize Beyonce by bringing up another artist, you've already lost your argument.
Oh yeah.
Go over there. If you don't like Beyonce, it's fine. Like I said before, we can still be friends, but not that close. I'm gonna
have our boundaries.
I'm gonna criticize your like
choices,
your judgment.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was my don't piss me off. But anything else before we go? Next week we're gonna talk about Halloween, or 2 weeks from now.
We're gonna talk about Halloween, Dia de los Muertos. Together, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about those.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited for, because like I've never really, Halloween hasn't been like my top holiday. Like it's kind of just like another day for me.
Yeah.
And sadly,
it's important. I promise. It's what we're putting in the show.
I say that because like I'm a hardcore Christmas person.
We're getting there. Let us get there. We're almost there. But
I just get excited.
I know. But thank you everybody for joining us, and we'll see you next time.